Oh, hey Isis, how are you? How are you doing? I hope your Wednesday has been going well. Hey Shay Renee, how you doing, girl? Shay Renee, I emailed you back after you emailed me. I don't know if you had a chance to email me back or not yet. Hey, Mrs. Callie Coco. I'm good, and I'm glad to hear that you are good. I am peeling one of these the sumo oranges. The sumo oranges that have like the little nipple on the top, they are so juicy and sweet. I'm peeling one of these oranges so I can have a little snack before dinner at some point tonight. So, okay, Shay Renee, you say you have not seen it. Okay, I'm going to resend it. I'm going to resend that to you, Shay Renee. Yeah, I'm going to resend that to you. But yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome. I just kind of wanted to go into this topic really quick because something that I see is that a lot of times people, will say that something truly, truly backfired on them as it pertains to spirituality and magic. And listen, everyone's experiences are their own. I'm not taking away people's experiences. But what I see a lot of times with respect to the claim that something backfired is that people don't know what they're doing. If you do not know what you're doing, then yes, things can go wrong, right? Hey, Donna. If you do not know what you are doing, things can go wrong. Okay. Because, this really isn't a game. It's no different from saying, oh man, that car got me into an accident. Well, do you know how to drive? Do you know how to drive? Do you know how to operate the car? Okay. Are you licensed? Should you be doing this? Are you in your right state of mind while you're operating the car? Are you under the influence of psychedelic substances while operating the car? Spirituality and magic is just a tool. And again, a lot of times when people are working with tools that they're not prepared for, that they don't know what they're doing, things can go wrong. Hey, Gavin. So, and give me some grace. I'm eating an orange. I'm eating something healthy. So, yeah, a lot of times people just don't know what they're doing. They're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. They have no control over themselves. They don't know themselves. They don't know what they want. Okay. Remember, everyone who took the writing wishes class, remember, you have to know what you want. You have to ask for what you want. You have to fully think things through. You have to plan. This is not just doing work out of the blue on the fly, unless it's like a crisis situation, it's different. But yeah, don't just be doing things. And when things go wrong, you're blaming it on something else instead of, okay, what was my part in it? Right? I did, Kevin. So I have to write you back too, but I did. Hey, Flora. Yeah. So we're going to. I want to. And oh my goodness, I saw a video earlier today of this young girl. I'm not even sure if I should play this video. I mean, the girl, she already put the video out on YouTube. I believe she's a minor. I don't even know if I feel right playing this video because she is a minor. With regard to what she was doing and claiming that this particular work backfired and failed. And I'm just like, oh no, baby, what are you doing? So I say this as someone, I do not have children, but if you have children in middle school and high school, make sure you know what they are doing. Stay on them like a hawk because I'm seeing more and more children getting into things that they shouldn't be getting into. Okay. Um, yeah, it's really wild. It's really crazy. So let me just open up YouTube so we can get into this because baby, it's a mess. It's a mess. So let me find this video. And I really just may, you know, I really just may just play her vocals because I don't even want to show her face because she looks like she's a minor. But she was up here, on YouTube and things, right? So let me go over here to YouTube. I just may play her audio just because, like I said, she looks like she's possibly still in high school, and um, I don't want to show her face. I've seen her, but like I said again, she's a minor. She's a minor, and I don't think it's right for me to show her face, even though she already put herself out there. So let me get this ready. Let me get this ready for you all. Yeah, kids need supervision really, really bad. Yeah, yeah. Hey, starry eyed Corey, Britiani. This is wild. So yeah, um, let me bring this up. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to let you see really quick, like the title of the video, and then we're going to kind of listen to it because I listened to it earlier today. So let me just get this up here because I watched it earlier. Okay, so let me add this in so we can look, baby. So we can look. Yeah, this kind of okay. So okay, so the name of this is Honey. Okay, oh, let me get myself out of here. Honey Jar Spell turned my crush into a full-on stalker. Story time. Hey Adele. Listen, I think she's out here doing something, and I think her parents don't know. Okay, now this is from 2 years ago. Okay, this is from 2 years ago. So yeah, we're gonna listen to this. So I'm just going to yeah, I just may pull up the audio in another one so we because I don't want to really show her face. So I don't want to because like I said, she is a full-blown child. And we're just gonna listen to some of this and then I'm gonna show, give my thoughts on things. And this isn't the only video. I'm gonna go into another video so that, um we can kind of have a little discussion. So and then you all have to let me know if you can hear this.
So I'm gonna tell my story because, like, bro, this was like so strange. So I am a spiritual practitioner.
Okay, so let me know. Can you all hear her? Okay, you all hear it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna, we're just gonna listen and I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm not playing this one. I'm just again, I believe she's a minor, so I'm really not going to completely, like I said, show her. Her video is here, but I don't really feel comfortable with that. So I'm just gonna remove that one and we're just gonna listen to it. But I showed you all the title of the video. She claims that a hoodoo honey jar spell turned her crush into an ex stalker. That is not the case. And I'm telling you all that's not the case because that's just not how that works. So, like I said, I removed her because she's a minor. I don't feel comfortable playing a minor on my channel. So, let's listen to it. She says she's a spiritual worker. Okay? So, let's listen.
I practice spirituality, witchcraft, wake up, all that. I am pretty into it. I've been doing this for years. It's just something that comes naturally to me. Like I've been called on to this since a child. But anyways, so um I I ran into I've always been interested in love magic and love spells, stuff like that. Love, just love. Like love is like my strong suit when it comes to practicing that type of stuff. And fire, like fire is like I would say I'm a fire.
Problem number one, she's talking about love magic is her strong suit. She don't know what the hell she's doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not a game. Okay, so she says been a practitioner. Okay, she made this video 2 years ago. She's probably in high school. If she's 18, if I don't think she is, but she's talking about she's interested in love magic and she know what she's doing. So okay, so foolishness level number one.
Fire witch. It's just like my strong element. And I'm an Aries, so like I'm a fire sign, so fire just calls out to me. So, um since 2017, damn, that was a long time ago. I had this fat crush. I like went to this new school, right? I had this fat crush on this kid. Let's call him Jake. So I went into school being like, okay, I had a crush on my old school. And when I crush on people, it's not like I crush on someone and then crush on another person. Like it's not fast. Like if I have a crush, I have an intense crush. Like bro, my crushes are like intense. Like they last for years. So I had this intense crush on my last school and I got to this new school and I was like, okay, I gotta find someone because it's boring not having a crush. Let's like be honest, it's like boring not having a crush. I went into this new school being like, I gotta find someone. Like it doesn't matter if they're ugly, bad personality, like whatever, whoever. That's a kind of bad mindset to have, but still. So I found this kid.
All right, so here we are again. So she already know, even though she's a young girl, but we're just gonna talk about the overall energetics. She just need to find somebody to crush on. She need to find somebody to crush on. She need to find somebody to be obsessed with. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. Yeah, she has obsessive energy. Yep, she's young. Yep. Absolutely. She has obsessive energy. She's young. Okay. This is yeah, obsessive energy and young. Okay. So, yeah.
Jake. And I was like, okay, he's cute. Okay. Hello. Like, hi. Okay, he's cute. Cool. So I was like, okay, that's my crush. A few months later, I moved into this new house and I changed my bus route. So I was taking a different bus because we have like different buses for like whatever part of the country you're at.
Okay, and let me kind of
So not the
fast forward
country,
because she
like
got a little
the town.
long-winded. So let me try and go to where she was talking foolishness. Let me see if this is it.
Already. It will happen. Coming from my to
Okay.
that awkward, like the whole experience. And I were the last stop. And when I mean just Jake and I, it was literally just me and Jake.
Okay, so this part right here. She's literally saying, okay, so we was on the same school bus route. Okay, on the same school bus route, and it's a sign. Okay, for her to do this type of work because they got off on the same stop. They were the last two children to get off the school bus stop. This is what she's saying. So So this is what she's saying. All right.
Like, no one else was at our stop except me and Jake. Like, if that doesn't sound like something meant to be, I don't know what is. Jake is a time where he started like telling me that he liked me and stuff. He started asking to come to my house because he like it's like a 2-minute bike ride to my house. That's how close we live. So he kept asking to come to my house, and I would say sure, but like it was like I thought it was a bluff. All this time I thought it was like bluff, but it was like slowly asking to come to my house. One day we met up, like actually met up, like after months of him like trying to come to my house and never coming. One day we met up at this like tree shit. It was like a little like area, like green area near my house. And we were like, talking, and since like
Okay, Lilith, this is a young girl. She's saying that this happened to her in 2017, 2018, 2019, because she also started talking about, the quarantine of the panini, right? The quarantine of the pepperoni, right? So she starts talking about that. So this is somewhere between 2018, 2020, maybe even 2021. Okay, so she out here saying she's desperate. I mean, she's a young girl, so we gonna give her some grace, but she out here saying she's desperate. Okay, and that she's been a witch. She's been a practicing witch for so long, and she know what she's doing. Okay, but she just needs somebody to crush on. She needs someone to like. She needs someone to crush on. Okay, so this is where this hot mess comes together. But she's trying to say that it's a specific type of. She's trying to say that the spell work backfire, not understanding all these energetics are a mess. So this is why people shouldn't be doing things they don't know what they're doing. So let's continue.
since like all that stuff happened, I was like, bro, hello? I don't know. I just wanted answers. But since him telling me that he liked me and all that stuff, that was like months ago, and like slowly he kept like forgetting, or I don't know what. I don't know. Like slowly he kept like regretting. I don't know what happened. So when we came to that like little like stop thing, like when we met up, he was like trying to like talk to me, but it was like really awkward. Like that whole situation was like so awkward, like that whole experience. And I was trying to remind him, like, hello, like you said all this stuff, like I want answers, like what's hello? He would just deny. And I was like, okay, bro. Okay. So I was like pissed off. I was like, dude, come on now. After that, he left. I left in my house. 3 months went by, nothing. No word from Jake, nothing. Like it was like then he started dating someone, and I was like, okay. Like at that point I was like, all right, yeah, whatever, like forget about him. Like that was really stupid. He started dating someone. I was like, cool, already. So at that point, I was like, come on now, like what the hell? What the hell? And I still really liked them, even though I didn't want to admit it. I still really liked them. Apparently, he still liked me, but we'll get into that. Coming back to my witchy like practice, like coming back to that, I found this spell, honey jar. It's called. I did not find it on TikTok, just to be clear, because like, oh my god, like witch talk, that's a whole different topic, but it pisses me off like a lot. Sure, you can learn some stuff that are genuine, but like, no, don't get into that. It's all like take it with a grain of salt. I did not.
So not her on here talking about stay away from witch talk, but she found something in some book that she didn't even know about, right? If you are a hoodoo, you know about sweet works, okay? It's something that's happened. Sweet works are a thing, right? So she found it in this book, okay? How to do a honey jar working. And, so let's continue.
find it on TikTok, found it in a book. So I was like, ooh, what is this? I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, let me try it. And I made the honey jar. And if you don't know what a honey jar is, like it's basically spell where you bind you and another person and you want that person to be like basically like obsessed with you.
Wrong. That is not what a honey jar is. That is not what a honey jar is. A honey jar is not a binding work, and a honey jar does not make someone obsessed with you. That's not what that is. That's not what that is. Not necessarily, Lilith. You really have to know what you're doing. You know, there are recipes, and yes, your emotions do go into it, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to utilize the correct items. Okay. When you're writing things up and all like that, you have to know what you're doing. We can already know she doesn't know what she's doing because she called a honey jar a binding spell that makes someone obsessed. That's not what a honey jar is. That's not what it is. And I have done many a honey jar. I still have some, right? I can go pull one out right now that I still have. It's not a binding work and it's not an obsession spell. This is what I'm saying. People out here don't know what they're doing and then wonder why they get drilled. Right. We know she found it on TikTok. Okay. No, they call it witch talk. You can go to YouTube right now and type in witch talk and all these videos are going to come up. Witch talk is a thing. Hey, Faith Speaks Life. Yeah. They stay trying to do it. Right. Right. So let's continue. Now she read Becky's Guide to Hoodoo. Sora, give me your phone. Give me your phone. But yeah, let's continue listening to this. So we already know she's wrong. So her energetics are off. She wants to find someone to crush on. She wants to find someone to be obsessed with her. Her and dude not together. Okay. She's calling something an incorrect. She's calling one working something that it's not because a hoodoo jar, a honey jar is not a binding spell and it's not an obsession spell. That's not what that is. The ingredients for it doesn't even do that. They don't do that. So we already know she tore herself up. This is not the honey jar spell gone wrong. This is you don't know what you're doing. So let's continue.
But that's not the intention of it. Like if it's love and you want it to have that intention, it will happen. Coming from my personal experience. If you want to do it,
No, baby, your experience ain't jack shit. It's not because those honey does not make someone be obsessed. Honey does not make someone fall in love. It does not. It's sweet. That's not what that does. It's not. So I don't know what else she did. She didn't say how she created it, but she just out here just making stuff up. Because it's not an obsession spell and it's not a binding. It's not.
by all means do it. Like I'm not gonna be one of those persons being like, oh, don't do it. It's horrible. If you want to do it, do it. Just like listen to my story and like this is like basically what will happen. But yeah, I did this honey jar and I really put my intention into it for him to be obsessed, like needing me, like craving me. And I was really skeptical. I was like, okay, bro, I did this. It's like fun, but come on.
So she said she wrote it that she need him to need her and to crave her. She did that. She did that. She put in motion for this young boy to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She did that. Honey does not do that. We all know you put honey on a biscuit, you're not going to be out here crazy and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? You're going to be bloated because you ate that bread. and that sugar gonna be sweet. But you're not gonna be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And this is what I'm saying. Ritual work, spell work, magic, workings, whatever you want to call it, there is energy and resonance behind things. This is why what you're using in your spell works, what you write matters. This wasn't her spell backfiring. Okay, this wasn't. I have done many a honey jar, and not now one of them backfired because I know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, it is a sweetening work. All it is to sweeten someone to you. They'll be nicer to you. Okay, they might favor you a little bit more. Your boss might, they might be nicer to you at work. That's not making whoever it is being crazy and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs unless you write that. But see, her energetics, she admitted it herself, she cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She needed somebody to crush on. This is why I say don't just be out here doing shit just to do shit. She's literally just doing anything. And then she has the nerve to tell someone to just do anything. When I tell you all about rituals and spell work, I always tell you all there is responsibility with what you are doing. Okay, we're not just out here doing anything. I am here to gatekeep you all and to keep you all from doing things with reckless abandon. Okay? I have to carry that burden as someone who maybe, I may be your first spiritual teacher or, something like that. So no, I'm never going to tell you all just go out here and just do anything. This is what happens when you go out here and do anything. This is what happens when you don't know what you're doing. But it backfired. She wrote that mess.
Like, this is a pretty big spell, and I have a lot of like successful, like small.
And a candle jar, a honey jar is not a big spell. It's not. It's not a big working. You can literally do a honey jar in like 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. You can literally do one in 5 to 10 minutes. It's not quote unquote a big thing. It's not the working that's going to carry any other working. It's not going to do that, especially because for the most part, they are slow to start working. Okay, you usually have to work a jar. And then once it starts working, it's going to work until you dismantle it. Okay? Now, I've done a honey jar and it started working in the same day, but that's just me. But it's not some big ritual. Okay, there are rituals out here, some workings that take 6 months to do. There are rituals that take 30 days, 33 days to do. Y'all know, if y'all are on my Patreon, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I shared that ritual with those who wanted it, the 33-day ritual. A honey jar you can put together in like 10 minutes. It's not a big ritual. She don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Spells, but I never made something this big. So I was like, okay, this is a pretty big spell. And I was like skeptical. So I did that. A week later, out of nowhere, this guy, Jake, out of nowhere, after not talking to me for like almost a year. I mean, not almost a year, like all of quarantine plus a little of 2021. He said, hey, and like in the DMs. And I was like, hello? I was confused. And he was like, can I come to your house? And I was like, sure. At this point, I didn't associate the situation with a honey jar. I was like, oh, what a weird situation. I wasn't thinking about the honey jar. He like asked me, and I was like, okay, he's bluffing, whatever, like all the other times. He came that first time he asked me after not talking in a while, a good minute. He came, and I stood him up basically because I didn't think he was like coming. And I was like, I like find these like hella messages, like a spam of messages being like, hey, where are you? Hey, I'm here. Hello, like letters and stuff spamming me. And I was like, ooh. So at that point, like I liked him. I wasn't like obsessed, like I really liked him, but not, I kind of felt weirded out by that.
She wrote for this boy to be obsessed with her and crave her, and then she get exactly what she asked for, and now she weird. Okay, let's continue.
So then he kept asking, and like it like before he would ask every like 2 weeks. No, this time he was asking like every 2 days, like every single like 2 days minimum. Like every like wait, okay, every 2 days like max. Like he would be asking like every second of the day, like if he wants to come, like we would plan stuff. I was just like going like with him. I was just chilling. I was sitting back, like watching him, I guess. But I didn't see him for a good minute. And we were just like messaging, like, texting. And at that point, like my like love like started growing. And if you don't know something about love spells, like it's not just for one person, it also affects you. And I knew that, but I didn't know how intense it would be. But a love spell doesn't just affect the person and nothing happens to you. If you do something in every single spell, you have to pay a price. And
Yeah, you pay the price when you're dumb. And I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Like and I hope that she's okay. Her YouTube channel is like not active anymore. So I really do hope that she's okay. I hope she's out here living her best, life after the pepperoni or whatnot. But baby, don't be out here messing with stuff and you don't know what it is. And you don't know. So let me just move forward a little bit more because let me move forward a little bit more.
like genuinely, like even if I was like I was like obsessed like as well, but like not as intensely as that. And I was like also like I had still had my conscience. I was like getting scared too. I was like, bro, are you really gonna come at like 3 a.m.? I didn't believe it. I was like, okay. Okay. One night he said the same thing. He was like,
Okay, so again, parents, I don't have children, but parents, this girl out here talking about a rendezvous with some boy at 3 a.m. Parents, parents, parents. I'm not a parent, but please, I don't know how you monitor what your children do, but she out here making rendezvous with this boy for 3 a.m. in the morning. Not assassinating my brain cells. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So let me try. I mean, and I'm giving her grace because she literally had to be maybe about 15 or 16 when she made this. So, as far as formulating a complete sentence, that's that's not going to happen, right? This is not someone who's 35 years old and has full command of the language. No shade, but she is literally like 15, 16 when she made this video. So, her little brain cells haven't got it all together yet. So that's called forensics. Somebody take Lily's phone. Okay, let me try and move it a little bit further because the video 38 minutes long. I had to try and fast
so like
forward.
weird. So at that point, I was like, ooh, like please leave me alone. Even if like the honey jar was like affecting him, like it wasn't really like affecting me anymore. It was still affecting me because I would make excuses for him and stuff. But I was like scared at the same time. I was like, bro. But at the same time, I knew how to get rid of him. It was like destroying the honey jar. But I didn't want to do that because I wanted to continue happening. But at the same time, I was scared.
Do we hear this foolishness? Do we hear this foolishness? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So she knew all this stuff is crazy. She's scared. She's weirded out by it, but she still wants the attention. She still wants this. She still wants this. She still wants this. Yeah, some stalker type ish. Yeah, but that's what she asked for. It wasn't the spell. She asked for this obsession from this boy. Yeah, yeah. So it's not too much more of this. We're probably gonna play a couple minutes of this before I ship to the next video. So
So I told my friends,
okay.
I'm not like putting it all on the honey jar, but like the honey jar like did have a big effect. Things got crazy. He would like say some very like sexual stuff towards me, and like I've never experienced like anything that. I'm a baby, I'm a child. And I would be like freaked out. Like sometimes I wouldn't even respond. I would see that and I'd be like, ooh. After him like coming to my house and me not responding at all, he still wanted to come at like 4, 3, 5 a.m. at night. And keep in mind, I live in like a forest. So how scary is that? Like, bro, like you're gonna have to like.
So like, and listen, I'm not victim blaming at all, but just generally overall, some people really do ask for what they want, and then they looking around with the Pikachu face when they actually get what they asked for. This is why you have to know what you want. You have to know what you are doing. Okay? You have to know what you want. You have to know what you're doing. Yeah, she's a kid. But yeah, I can't take any more of that. I'm going to switch gears, but this is what I'm saying. The point of this was to understand that she did what she did. It wasn't like she wrote something completely, innocent. She didn't write anything innocent. She wrote for this boy to crave her, desire her, be obsessed with her, and then she want to come with a surprise Pikachu face when he pulls up. It does sound like the scene from The Craft. Absolutely. This is exactly what it is. But this is what I'm saying. Like, this was not a backfire. She got exactly what she asked for. She got exactly what she asked for. She got exactly what she asked for. She didn't ask for, she didn't write, she wants a kind, gentle, romantic relationship with this boy. She didn't write that. She said, I need for you to crave me and be obsessed with me. And that's exactly what she got. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna remove her. And we're good. Like I said, I didn't play her because, like I said, she was a child. She still looks like a child to me. I don't know how old she is, and I wasn't comfortable with just having her face on the channel. So let me go to this other video. Okay. And we're gonna listen to this. So from an adult. So
It's also.
Okay, and she's very loud. So let me make sure I go turn the volume down. Okay. Now let me share. Okay. Her we can watch. I hope she learned her lesson too. Okay, so this is this lady here, and she's saying spells can backfire her bad experiences. We're going to listen to someone else understand that they did not know what they were doing and that she did not properly convey what she wanted. And again, with surprise Pikachu face. Okay, so let's continue. Lilith, I don't know, but it speaks to a deeper conversation that needs to be had, right? This is how many men, okay, end up playing women because they know that many women are desperate, down for whatever, and won't check this sort of behavior. Won't check it. The desperation, this is why I told you all in the YouTube video from 2022, never, ever, ever entertain the energy of desperation because it will not end up good. It's not a good thing when you entertain the energy of desperation Just like the woman from TikTok. Okay, the who the fuck did I marry? The energy of desperation, okay, had her in a chokehold. The Dusty knew this. He took advantage of it. Okay, so the energy of desperation, never, ever, ever go along with the energy of desperation. Never, ever, 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 ever. I don't care what you do. Never, ever, ever with the energy of desperation. Okay, so let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. So we're gonna go through some of her. We're gonna listen. We're gonna listen, and then I'm gonna give my commentary as we move along. So
here, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about spells backfiring. Some of you guys have asked me whether or not I believe that spells can backfire and yada yada. I definitely think that spells can.
Okay, and this is another spiritual worker. Okay, and this is where, like I said, she and I differ. I have never had any one of mine backfire. The only time something started going wrong was when I realized what I wrote, and when I tell you I cleansed and redid it, things went exactly the way I needed it to go. This is why I say you have to know exactly what you want. You have to word things correctly. You have to think about your situation and how to solve the problem from all different angles. Okay, a lot of times you need to work from various angles, right? It's just like if you want to be fit and healthy and in shape. Exercising is one part, eating decent is another part, drinking enough water is another part, going to see your doctor is another part. Getting enough sleep is another part. There is no really one and done for most things. Okay. You have to look at the situation. You have to work from various angles. Okay. So I was listening to what she was saying. I see exactly where she messed up with things. So let's continue.
Backfire. There's this thing called the threefold rule, which basically says that anything that you do or anything that you put out into the universe will come back to you threefold.
I ain't never had no threefold. Nope, because I knew exactly what I wanted and I wrote it. Now, if that's something that you believe in, that's something that you believe in. I don't believe in that because we see how so many people, okay, around this planet get away with so much stuff. Most of them probably are using magic to get away with it, okay? Now, if you out here doing things you're not supposed to be doing, out here attacking people or whatever, yeah, you probably gonna get your just due, probably because they're gonna fire some magic back at your ass. It just is what it is. Okay, or their spirits are gonna tear you up. But baby, when we go out there and we spend them $20, we don't always get $60 back. Okay, we don't always get $60 back. Okay, so we have to understand what we're saying energetically. Again, if that's something you believe in, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. But let's continue.
Definitely a believer of this. There's also karma, which is basically the same thing. Anything you put into the world can come back to you, whether it's bad, whether it's good, anything. So I'm sure that there have been some things in your lives where you guys have been like, oh man, karma, I did this one thing, it's coming back to me, or oh, I did this great thing and all these good things are happening to me. It's the same thing. It's anything that you put into the world will come back to you. So there are a couple of instances that
Now, Lilith, I love doing work. Okay, that's going to bring some money, that's going to bring better situations, that's going to elevate, that's going to bring progress to my life, to Mr. Hoodoo's life. I like doing that. I like doing that because, yeah, I'm a Pisces. Of course I love money, right? And it's not about loving money or whatever. I just like things that are comfortable surroundings. We live in Silicon Valley right now. Okay, so I'll say that. This is what I'm saying. Like, do that work for a promotion or a new job or a better living experience, or you need to get your car fixed, or you're studying for a test, you're trying to get into medical school, do all that. But yeah, a lot of times these people, and if you go look on YouTube, every time you type in the spell work backfired, I promise you it's about some penis. It is about some penis. Because these people don't know what love is, they don't know what they want, and most of them probably have a mental issue that I need to talk to a professional with. Okay. And any of you all that have ever had tarot readings with me know that I ask, do you have, I'm not reading for anyone with a mental issue or, a situation like that that needs to be handled by a mental professional. Because when you can't rationalize or understand what I'm saying, because there's an issue that you need professional help with, I can't be responsible for how you internalize things or how you interpret what I'm saying because you have that. So I just avoid it altogether. I don't know, but those of you, like I said, who have had a reading with me, it's part of my clause and my checklist. Okay, because these things are real. When people have it's real. Okay, it's real. So yeah, so yeah, and it's not even a dark work versus a light work. Okay, it's no different from saying that if there's someone, for example, you're driving a car, you get into a car accident. What chance was it really the car that did it, or was it the person that did it? Magic is a tool, okay? You can harm someone with a pencil. A pencil is a writing utensil. A pencil is a tool to convey messages. You can harm someone with the pencil. You can harm someone. You can go pick up the wood sculpture and harm someone. Dark and light, there is no such thing. There is no such thing. It's what the person is doing. It's what the person is doing. Okay? It's what the person is doing. Because the pew pew, that bang bang, don't get up and walk around and harm people. The bang bang does not get up and unalive people. A person uses a bang bang to hurt someone else. Okay, so understand this is a tool. It's a tool. Okay, so, right, your own code of conduct. Yeah, so,
Had where I've written a spell and it's horribly backfired, or I did something and I didn't really think about it too much. I didn't really concentrate enough in order to perform the spell properly, and then that bit me in the butt a lot.
So do we hear this? This is what I'm saying. You're out here doing something, you're not concentrating, you're not doing it right. Of course, something can happen, but it is not the thing itself. It's not the thing itself. Okay? So she just admitted it's her not concentrating or not doing it properly. Okay? If you do not know how to properly load a bang bang, something potentially can happen. If you know how to properly use it, most times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay.
A lot of it has to do with concentration as well. If you don't concentrate enough when you're doing a spell, it can definitely go wrong, because this one thing that you're actually thinking about is coming into your spell in some way. Spells don't always happen the way that we think they're going to happen. Most of the time, something happens to where we don't even realize, and we think about, oh, right, it's because of that spell. Sometimes I like to forget about my spells after I perform them, so that I don't think about them too much or try to figure out what's going to happen or how it's going to happen. I just kind of wipe it clean, let it go. If this one thing happens, it's great because I performed that spell. If it doesn't happen, then maybe it wasn't right for me in that time. Maybe the universe didn't think that this spell was proper or right for me in this time, and I needed to really just concentrate on something else.
And that is true. That's a real thing. Okay. This is again why I say do not be in the energy of desperation. Okay. Because if you're doing something that has good long-term benefits, You don't need it right now. You can allow it to form the way it's supposed to form, right? When it's time to. But if you out here desperate and you out here need some money, if you need some money and you out here desperate, don't be surprised if you get an indecent proposal. Okay, when you need thousands, you get an indecent proposal, you do something. Listen, because the magic is going to work. Okay. But when you're desperate, that desperate energy comes in and it tears things up. So that part I do agree with. Do your work, know what's gonna happen, set it and forget it, but don't be desperate. Desperation, okay, we see it all the time. In various forms, desperation is no good. That's not good energy.
There are two instances that I want to talk to you guys about that I've had that have really just made me realize that these certain spells do backfire, and the reasons why they actually happen. In my opinion, what I think is there are a lot of different things that can backfire. Like if you're doing something bad, obviously that can be a backfire. That's why I really try hard not to think of someone in a bad way, or really just have that sort of, oh, I hope you get hit by, whatever. I hope a bee stings you or something. Of course, I'm being super PG about this.
And that's BS. And this is BS. And this right here is some more Wicca type fluffiness. Because we're gonna wish harm on the community rapist. We are going to wish harm on the community rapist. We hope that the community rapist gets what they deserve. Okay, we sure hope so, and hopefully the spiritual workers get together and deal with the community rapist. Okay, people out here watching too much Charmed. Okay.
But I try really, really hard not to think these things, because as witches, things can happen. We can make things happen. We can, anything that we hope for or like create intentionally can happen. So it's really important for us to just try really hard to think positively at all times, because there are times when bad things can happen. And I'm not really saying that it's a coincidence. I'm saying that things can definitely happen if you want them to, or if you think about them happening. It's just a matter of keeping your mind clear and keeping your mind clear of these bad intentions and putting good intentions towards your goals, towards other people, towards your life. Terribly, they can hurt you. You can hurt yourself. The ones that you use without another person's knowledge. For example, you may perform a love spell on someone and this person will fall insane.
Here we go again with the love spell. I promise you, I've said it before. A lot of times people come to magic the first time, okay, for a love spell, for some curse work. It's going to be one or the other. I have had people email me and say, do I do love work? Do I do revenge work? It's always those things. And most of the time with ladies, they out here trying to figure out what's going on with their love life instead of trying to figure out how they can better themselves, better their lives, move forward, get the new job, get the promotion, blase, blase, blase. Okay. And this is why I say, understand, men know this. Men know this about them. They know. Okay. But like I said, notice she said, for example, love spell, because this is what people are out here doing. Now, there are some that do work. Okay. There are spirits that will do that for you. Okay. There are spirits who will do that for you. Okay. So I don't want to hear nobody say, well, I'm not going to say I don't want to hear nobody say. People who say it's not possible haven't really delved into various types of things, which is their choice. I'm telling you, it is possible. But again, it's not this flim flam foolishness that she's probably talking about. Okay. Another thing is, talking about doing work on people without their permission. All I will say is I did some work for someone who was about to lose their house. Someone who was about to lose their house because they lost their job. They were about to get foreclosed. I did some work for them without their permission. Okay. Their house is no longer going into foreclosure. Okay. They found a job quickly. Okay. I did some work for them. So you interpret what she's saying however she says it. But there are a lot of times where sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. Okay. Another case in point, I had to do what I had to do to get the best care, okay, for Mr. Hoodoo's grandmother who had Alzheimer's. I had to do what I had to do, which meant having someone do something against their will that they didn't want to do in order for her to get the best care. And I do not regret it at all, especially when this person wasn't going to take care of her. No backfiring at all. None at all. So I say this to say there are people who do little things and there are people who do work for real. And it's like, it's no shade to those other people. But when you have to do something for real, when you have to do something, getting people to make decisions and moving things around like that to get something, to get an outcome, you have to do what you have to do.
In love with you, and a lot of the times people say do not perform love spells because things will happen that you don't really want to happen. Like this person will fall in love with you and will become obsessed with you and will never leave you alone, and you kind of just like don't really want them anymore because they won't leave you alone. They're so clingy and they just want you there all the time, and they get possessive, and then it's dangerous too because they're possessive, and then they say, oh, you can't leave, or you can't leave me, and if you leave me, I'm going to lock you into a dungeon. And that's the type of thing that happens with love spells, which is why you have to not really write a love spell.
That's what happens with people who don't know what they're talking about. Just like we just heard that young girl saying she used a honey jar, writing, be obsessed with me, desire me. That does not equate to love. That does not equate to love. And I see I'm going to have to do another love spell class because I have to explain some things to you all with regard to that, why people's stuff fail. Okay. There are ways to get things working correctly. Okay. You have to know so many different things. But there are ways to get things done correctly. And I'm not saying it to say, okay, use this to force someone in there. I'm saying it to say you have to know what you're doing.
That's towards a specific person, you kind of write it towards something coming to you in general. I would like love in my life in general. I would like to be surrounded by loving people in general, not necessarily this one person that I know that I want and I know that I want to love me. It's me wanting love in general in my life. You kind of gotta come back to you. There's this one instance where I actually performed a banishing spell a couple of years ago. I lived in this apartment with a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend at the time, and we lived with a couple roommates. It was one of those month-to-month apartments when we first moved here, and this one roommate was horrible. She was really mean. She was really just a horrible person, just really mean to us in general. She acted like our mom, and she was just you can't do this, you can't do that. And we're we live here too, we pay rent, can't do that. So I just wanted this person out of my life. I wanted her to move on, whatever. I don't know, she was 40 years old or something, just a really horrible person. So I performed this banishing spell, and actually, I can't remember the spell itself. I actually ripped it up, and I was I'm never going to do this again because it was just that bad. So I performed the spell, and I'm yeah, I'm going to get her out of here. It's going to be great. I'm going to have this awesome apartment to myself with my boyfriend. It's going to be awesome. And it turned out that this.
Okay. So who knows what she did wrong? Who knows what she did wrong? Does anyone know what she did wrong? Okay, she made this banishing spell. First of all, you banish what you need to banish. You banish what you need to banish. Okay, and then she said, and it's crazy because she said that her spell actually worked. She's gonna say it. She wrote a banishing spell to get rid of this roommate. The roommate ends up leaving, so her spell worked. The problem is she did not think about things in their entirety. She forgot she was on a month-to-month living situation at this apartment. She did not have a full lease. She did not, do any other work to make sure that she keeps the apartment. She didn't know what she was doing. She did not know what she was doing. She got rid of the roommate, but she was at the point where she was about to get put out too, because she didn't fully assess the situation. So listen to her. She's going to say it.
The spell worked. The spell actually worked a little too well to where it was just like, okay, yeah, no, that's not what I wanted. So a couple weeks later, our landlord decided to.
She didn't specify anything else that she wanted. She wrote a spell or did a working or whatever to get rid of the roommate. She got rid of the roommate. But what she didn't calculate and plan for was other things happening. This is on her. This isn't the spell backfiring because the roommate left. So the spell worked. She just didn't fully assess the situation. Okay? This is why I don't rush into magic and stuff on Patreon, because I want you all to fully understand the concepts and understand things before I move to the next lesson. Okay?
Randomly move in his family. Like, we had no idea what was going on. He was just like, oh, they're gonna stay here for, a week or something. We're like, okay. Well, I mean, we can't really do anything about it. We're not on a lease or anything. This is like a month to month, like whatever. So we're like, okay, we'll just.
She didn't account for being month to month. She did not account for being month to month. Okay? When you're month to month, you can get notice to vacate real quick. You can give notice to vacate like within 2 weeks to a month to vacate, depending on where you are, because some states just allow landlords to do anything. So she got rid of the roommate, but she did not put anything to keep her into the apartment, to keep other people from moving in. She didn't do anything to keep the landlord from doing something else. She got rid of the roommate. So her working worked. This did not backfire. She did not fully assess her situation. This is on her.
Like, see what happens. It turns out that this motherfucker had 10 of his family members living in our living room on bunk beds in our living room. And this apartment isn't big. It's not big at all. So these people, like family members were just living there. They were just like, we're just gonna be in here. We're gonna eat your food. We're gonna do this shit. We're gonna like take up the bathroom. We're gonna whatever. All of us are gonna stay here. And it wasn't a week. It was to the point where it was so horrible in there. There were so many people living in our apartment that we were like, we can't do this.
Her spell to remove the lady worked. That's all her spell was supposed to do, was to remove the other roommate. Her spell was not to stop anyone else from moving in there. Her spell was not to keep her comfortable. Her spell wasn't to do that. So her spell worked. This did not backfire. She did not do anything else with regard to the situation. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Is this like making sense for everyone? Because I want people to understand that when there's an entire situation, you have to work from multiple angles. So her spell worked. This was not a backfire. It worked for her. It worked. Absolutely. If not thinking was a person, absolutely.
We need to get out of here. So we ended up moving out. And so when you think about it, my spell worked because.
So when she thinks about it, her spell worked. Yep, she forgot to cover her own ass. Exactly, Donna. And not Donna, Lilith. My bad, girl. Lilith is correct. She did not cover anything else. She just said her spell worked. She got rid of who she wanted to get rid of. She just played herself. She didn't cover her own ass. This is why I love Lilith, because Lilith understands. This is why I keep telling you, magic is not just doing something without properly thinking. You still have to apply logic and reasoning to what you are doing. You have to fully think about things. So that's her fault. The magic did what she said. Okay, roommate be gone. I was like, all right, bet, roommate gone. But she didn't fix anything else. Always see Y-A. Always, always, always. So she just admitted that it worked. Like I said, she was dumb and she didn't do anything else. In a month-to-month lease. It wasn't even a lease. She was just month to month. You had no other protections. You had no protection. At least a lease is a binding contract to keep you there for the allotted amount of time that you all agree on. You had nothing to keep you to that apartment. There was nothing saying nobody else can come in, because at least when you have a lease with an apartment complex, it's saying you and this person are going to be the legal occupants of this residence for a certain amount of time. Baby, you ain't had no lease. You ain't had no lease. You ain't had no lease. There was you can't even sue. You can't take the landlord to court. You had nothing. This is your fault. She dumb.
This woman was never in my life again at all after that point. I did technically banish her out of my life. Like, I got her out of my life.
That's what she wanted. You wanted to get rid of her. Boom, don't come back no more. It worked.
Either left the apartment or didn't. I have no idea. She probably left the apartment, which was my intention in general, but my intention was not for me to leave the apartment.
You ain't right that, girl. You ain't right that. That's not what you did. And this is why I say you have to know exactly what you want and you have to word things correctly. You said for homegirl to leave. Homegirl left. You didn't write in that you get to stay. It's your fault. As Taz would say, you're dumb. You're dumb. Well, if she would have thought about it, Lilith, if she would have thought about it, she would have still been in that apartment for as long as she wanted to be in there. She didn't work things correctly. This is her fault. This is her fault. Right. This is her fault. She done.
It was for me to stay in the apartment. So that was where my spell really just kind of went all over the place. It's one of those things where your spells aren't always going to work out the way you want.
It will work out if you plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's just as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And you do everything else when we plan. You know, when you're going on vacation, you pick out your dates, you choose your airline, you choose your hotel, you pack your clothes, you do everything else. You plan for a vacation, you know, you have money, you have credit cards in case you need to, leave. You make sure you have your cell phone, you plan when you're doing things. She did not properly plan. She didn't properly plan. This is her fault. But she got what she wanted, which was to get rid of old girl. She just didn't keep herself in an apartment.
Them too. And I consider that as a backfire because it went to the point where I had to get myself out of there. So that was the universe saying, hey, you want to banish this person? Okay, well, we're going to have you get out as well.
No. And see, that's what I'm saying. They stop thinking, they stop using their brain, and then they want to blame spirit for it. Ma'am, this ain't on spirit. This ain't on spirit. This is not on spirit. This is on you, honey. This is on you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know Lilith is an atheist. I know Lilith is not here for the woo-woo. I would rather have Lilith do work for me than this bum right here. Because Lilith is going to think. Lilith is going to ask questions. Okay, what do we need to get done? Is there a deadline? What are you comfortable with? I would rather have Lilith do work for me than this chick right here. Because she played herself. You literally played yourself. You played yourself. So let's continue.
Oh, so that's the thing. You have to be very, very careful with these types of spells. You have to word them properly. You have to do the right sort of.
Here we are again. This is what I'm saying. The accountability. She just said you have to word them properly. This was not the universe putting you out. She knew she had to do that right. She didn't do it right. She did not do this right. But she wanted blame spirit for it. She just said, you have to word them properly. You played yourself.
If whether or not you want to do rituals or you want to chant like I do, you have to be very, very careful. You have to focus on what you want, and you have to know exactly how you want things to work. You have to envision it in your mind, saying, "Hey, this person's gonna move out, yada yada."
So you just admitting, you just showing the world that no one should come to you for work because you don't know what you're doing. You didn't envision you staying in the apartment. You just envision her leaving. Okay. You ain't envision you having a place to stay. You ain't envision that, girl. Bye.
It's not gonna be me, like anything like that. I will never perform a banishing spell like that again. But it does help you learn from these things. It helps you understand like how these things kind of work, where you can't really control.
So she says, okay, so she's saying that she learned, but she would never do that again. Baby, you're supposed to learn something new and then apply it. When you learn something new, you're supposed to go back and apply it. She does not want to take accountability. If now you know that this is what you're supposed to do, why are you? She's afraid. Why are you afraid of this banishing spell? You just said you're supposed to learn, okay, so you can move forward and grow. She don't want to apply it. She don't know what she's doing. She is afraid. And she should be because she's dumb. She should be because she's dumb. This is what happens, okay, when you watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is what happens when you watch Old Charmed and then a terrible New Charmed. This is what happens, okay? This is what happens. When you learn something, we all know it. When you know better, you do better. So she shouldn't even be afraid of that at this point because she says she's learned. Let's continue.
Everything. You have no idea how it's going to happen or how it's going to work. So you have to be very, very, very careful about what you do, why you do it. You have to kind of go over it in your mind whether or not it's definitely worth doing these things, because it can go either wrong or right, or it can hurt someone, it can help someone. It just depends. You have to be careful on whether or not you're involving other people in these spells as well. If you're going to involve anyone else other than yourself, you have to consider what they want as well. You have to consider exactly how it's going to affect them. If it goes a certain way, if it doesn't go the same way that you want it to go, all of that. So
she's literally saying anything. She's literally saying anything at this point because she knows that there are people out there dumber than her. She's literally saying anything at this point. Because by her own words, she did not care what happened to that woman when she banished her from that apartment. She's literally saying anything. And also what she's doing is she's trying to appeal to the, we don't do anything, threefold law. She literally is contradicting herself. She literally is.
You have to be aware of everything when you perform a spell. And you have to be aware of the fact that it definitely can bite you in the ass, and it can bite someone else in the ass. All right. Another spell that I performed.
The way she just sitting there, she's literally just saying anything. And hey, Fuzzy, I see you just came in. Welcome, Fuzzy. She literally is saying anything because she did not care. And Mr. Hoodoo is about to walk in, but she literally did not care when she was getting rid of that woman. Okay. She was just too dumb to make sure that she stayed in the apartment. Okay. She dumb. She is dumb. Okay. I really hope that she learned because baby girl is dumb. She's dumb. So let's continue.
Was more of me not concentrating enough on the spell itself and not concentrating enough on the intention that I wanted for the spell. It wasn't really a love spell. It was more of, does this person love me? Like, is this person interested in me? And I was focusing on this one person at first. And then I ended up accidentally thinking about a friend that I was meeting up with later to go to a concert with. And because of this, it kind of went a little array. It actually ended up manifesting that night, which is really interesting. You know, a lot of spells take a little bit of time depending on like what's happening or what it really takes for the spell to actually.
Okay, Fuzzy, this is someone that doesn't know what they're doing. This is someone that doesn't know what they're doing, and this is someone who likes to blame other people, okay, when things go wrong because they're dumb. Because they didn't take accountability. They didn't cover their ass, okay? They did not make sure that they themselves will be okay. She's dumb. So we're listening to her try to explain and blame God, spirit, the universe because she failed at what she was doing. That's who this is. Yeah, she got magic ADHD. Okay. We can all tell she's been watching too much Charmed. Okay, she's been watching too much Craft. Okay. No responsibility. No accountability, no responsibility. She just blaming it because she messed up. No, baby. No, baby. So that's what that is. Yeah, magic ADHD. Somebody take Lilith's phone. Because Lilith is out here drilling. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So let's continue. So she wrote her a quote unquote little love spell, okay? Or I like spell. We're gonna listen to what she says, okay? And we're gonna hear the foolishness. Okay, so let's listen. Let's listen to this foolishness.
Work, but because I saw this other person, I ended up working out and manifesting that night. So I'm going to read the spell up to you, and then I'm going to tell you what happened later on.
Wait. Get ready for the spell. Let's get ready for the spell, because in her spell, what she writes, she got exactly what she wanted. So let's listen to the spell. Yeah, Lilith's been drilling all day, and I'm here for it. But let's listen to the spell. Let's listen to this little spell, honey. Let's listen.
I have it in my nifty old spell book that I've had for a while. So the spell itself is called Lost Love / Secrets Telling the Truth. So the spell is, his insides hold feelings untold, feelings of love foretold. Reveal to me these secrets he won't dare unfold. Reveal the secrets that need to be told. So of course I love.
Listen. All you said was for someone to share something with you. That's not a love spell. That's not making someone love you. It's not a love spell. This is for someone to share their innermost thoughts with you. That don't mean that they love you. That don't mean that they want to be with you. That don't mean you're gonna be in a relationship. That's not what that is. Okay. Like I said, stop going to Pinterest. Okay. Stop going to Pinterest. Stop going to TikTok. Stop going to IG. Find yourself an experienced worker and ask them questions before you want to do something. Okay. Y'all know, y'all on my Patreon. Y'all ask me questions like, hey, how can I do this? Is this good? But this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you so you don't be out here looking like a dumbass. Okay. So find a spiritual worker that you trust, ask them questions, because baby, this ain't it. This is not it. This is not it. Fuzzy says, is this from Harry Potter? Girl, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she definitely ain't holding no torch to Hermione. At least Hermione studies. Hermione studies and practices, okay? Hermione know what she doing. Hermione is a bad bitch, okay? She don't know what she doing right here. This chick, she don't know what she doing. Right, she wrote, tell me what's on your mind spell. That's what she wrote. She wrote, tell me what's on your mind. That's exactly what she wrote. That's exactly what she wrote. Let's continue.
Of rhyming in my spells, and this spell, because of this, I should have been able to memorize it, but I decided not to use the spell again, and I came across it one day, and I was like, I forgot about this thing. So I end up, I'm just like, okay, great, the spell's gonna work, whatever. I'm gonna forget about it, and then later on, like a couple days later, this guy is gonna come up to me and gonna be like, I love you, you're amazing. That didn't end up happening.
So why she think this man gonna come up to her and say, "I love you, you're amazing"? That's not what that is. That's not what that is. If y'all can see my face right now, like the way if you can see my face right now, yeah. Yeah, she girl, she had some rhymes, okay? She had some rhymes. She was going to the White Magic Deaf Poetry Jam. Okay, that's where she was going because this is not what you wrote is not what you wanted. Okay? She was going to the witch's fairy speak. Okay? She was going to the sunlight speakeasy because that's not what you wrote. That's not what you wrote. Exactly. That's not what you wrote. Okay? That like I said, she was at the witch's white flower poetry jam. Right, Mother Goose is a rhyme too. Like, ma'am, and you expecting some man to come up and tell you that he love you? Who say that he love you? Who say that? Them ain't spiritual bars, girl. That's sprinkle bars. That's spirit finger bars. That's not spiritual bars. That's ma'am. So we done seen 3 of her spells and failed. Okay. And I don't know if anybody gonna ever come across this woman again. It is my recommendation that no one gets spiritual work from her or spiritual advice from her ever until she can show. I need to see that you have learned from your mistakes. That you finally know what you're doing. I need to see like 20 straight, at least 20 straight properly manifesting works because baby, I don't trust you. I don't trust you, girl. Okay? I don't trust you. The cat in the hat got more bars, right? Okay, right. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I need to see that you learn from these mistakes. Okay, this is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay. She said, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are." That's literally what her spell said. Girl, that ain't telling. And you out here want to give advice, girl? Bye. Yeah, 1 fish, 2 fish. You know, I eat my green eggs and ham. Okay, okay. That's what this is, right? She out here. She got some fairy dust somewhere. You know, she probably got like gold stickers on the inside of this notebook. Listen, we know what we're looking at, right? We know exactly what we're looking at. We know what we're, ma'am. Do you have command of the English language? Do you know what you want? Okay, were you thinking? Were you high? Okay, did you just come back from Woodstock when you wrote this? Um, are you did you escape the hippie convent and then you wrote this thinking that this was gonna manifest? Because baby, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it. I would be embarrassed. I wouldn't even share this with anyone. I would. I would be embarrassed. But let's continue. Yeah, she had to have come from, like Woodstock or like part of the Sierra Club, something, because this is not rational. This is not rational. Okay. This is not rational at all. Okay. She'll be the type of person to take dog poo and put it in a love spell. She would do this and then blame it on spirit. She would do this. Okay. She's the person, she gonna be out here and get cherries to make she gonna go buy cherries to make a strawberry pie. This is what she gonna do. She gonna be the person that tells you that tofu tastes just like chicken. She gonna tell you that tofu is chicken. And then expect you to be okay with it. This is what she gonna do. This is what she gonna do. Like I said, she gonna buy cherries for the strawberry pie. If you want to make the strawberry pie, you gotta have strawberries. If you want fruit pie, any type of fruit will work. But baby, to make something correctly, you want strawberries. You need you can't call it something else. Yeah. So Twinkle Toes over here, she played herself. So let's continue.
It ended up that I went out with my friend and it was great. We had a really good time. We went to a couple concerts, went to a couple bars in Brooklyn, and it turned out that later on when we were like walking back to my place, he lived like a couple blocks away from me, so it was great. Like we just walked together, we were talking, and then he goes, "You know what? You're a great friend. Yeah, I really actually love you." And I'm like, "No." And then he's lingering, and I'm like, "Why are you lingering?" We're like in front of my apartment building, and he's like holding my hand, and I'm like, "No, don't do it. Don't ask me if you can come to my apartment because it's not happening. That's not what I want. That's nothing that I thought was gonna happen." So my spell worked very well. It worked. I kind of
Once again, here she's admitting that her spell worked. She just didn't do it right, baby. You didn't write what you wanted. In her little spell, her nursery rhyme spell, it just says he shares his feelings. She ain't specified the person that she's interested in. She didn't do anything. She just, she just wrote he shares his thoughts with me. That's what she wrote, and that's what she got. So why is she saying that this backfired when she got exactly what she wanted? It's exactly what she wanted. This is exactly what she wanted. I don't know why she's so giddy, but this is a mess. This is a mess. But she got exactly what she wanted. This is why I'm just like, people be like, "Oh, my spell backfired." No, it didn't. You got what you wanted. You just don't know what you want. You didn't write it correctly. It works. Trust me, it works. Spirituality and the magic works. I don't know why she giddy. I don't know. Maybe she, just poured a box of the marshmallows from Lucky Charms. She let it get real sugary and she ate that before she got on this and made this video. I don't know. I don't know. But this is again, her spell worked, but she want to blame it backfiring because she didn't do right. There, she's special. Yeah, she's skinning and gritting. Yeah. Because baby, she's trying to make people believe this. Now you're pretty. She's very pretty. But baby, come on. Come on now. Come on now. Accountability. We are going to say thank you to Dre Nola, which is Mel. Come on, baby. You gotta get your name back. When is your name gonna be back to Mel? When are you going back to Mel? Anyway, we're gonna thank Mel for these memberships. Thank you so much, Mel, for the memberships. And congratulations to people who get a membership. Because Mel is out here being kind and giving, and he's sharing abundance. So thank you to Mel for gifting out memberships. We appreciate you, okay? But yeah, she's skinning and grinning like a whole idiot. Like a whole idiot. Like I said, I would never tell someone this. Girl, you can't read, you can't write. Do you know what words mean? Do you know how to convey a thought? Like, does this happen in your regular everyday life? Or you just out here, I know what she did. She went and she found a glitter pen. You know, those gel glitter pens, you can go get them from like Walmart. She got a pack of the glitter pens, right? With the pretty gel, and she was just writing stuff down. Okay, she was writing stuff down. She was writing stuff down. Okay, she got some of them gel glitter pens and she was just writing stuff in her book. She was like, yeah, that's it right there. Boom. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Exactly. She is at, yep. Mm-hmm. 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 She probably did. She probably did. Because baby, this ain't it. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So she went and she got some glitter pens and she was just like, all right, fuck it. This is what I'm gonna do. And she just started writing stuff out. This is exactly what happened. Because ain't no way. And then to turn around and blame it and say that the spell didn't manifest correctly, that it backfired. No, ma'am, you got exactly what you asked for. That's right, girl. Get you some glitter gel pens. Get you some, girl. Because they are fun to write with. But baby, you gotta do better than that. But get you some glitter gel pens. Make sure you share them with us. Let us know what brand you get, baby. Did she sniff it? She probably did. I don't know. Maybe she had a turquoise Sharpie marker. I don't know. But baby, this ain't it. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. So let's continue.
I knew this person like maybe, or I thought maybe this person had feelings for me, but more as a friend, but it actually turned out that he really did have romantic feelings about me. It was just the wrong person. So
because you didn't specify a person, okay? The way her magic working, the bum on the street was gonna confess his love to her. The way she doing stuff out here, okay? And then she's gonna be wondering why the bum following her home. You have to know what you want. You have to write things out exactly. Okay? You have to know what you want, write things out exactly. Know what you are doing. She is telling the world she don't know what she's doing. She does not know how to properly structure and form things. So once again, if she out here and she got a website or whatever and she advertising her spiritual work, don't do it. Okay. Find you another spiritual worker to learn from. It don't even have to be me. But make sure the spiritual worker that you learning from, make sure she got some wins and not all these L's. Make sure it's some wins and not all these L's. Okay? Because you're gonna be out here losing your job, losing your apartment, out here dealing with her. That's what's gonna happen.
You have to concentrate as much as you can on the specific thing that you want to happen and how you want it to happen when you do spell work. Because if you don't, if you even accidentally have a glimpse of somebody else's face or something else happening, maybe, oh, you're thinking about this movie that happened. Oh, it was a disaster movie. Oh, great. Well, that's going to go.
No, baby, you didn't specify the man. She just wrote he. He is anybody. He is any man. And how things work is magic flows like water. It's going to take the path of least resistance. So the man in your life who was not your family member, who actually did have feelings for you, that was the one who told you because you didn't specify. You said he.
Into your spell accidentally. Even if you try to say, oh, no, that's not something that's actually going to happen because, I thought about like everything else. No, it's going to happen because you're thinking about it, because your intention with the universe, you're putting this in with the universe with.
No, ma'am. See, she keeps trying to throw it back. Baby, that's not, the universe will conspire to give you exactly what you want. You just have to know what you want. You just have to know what you want. Exactly. Fuzzy, we know she lying. We know she lying. We know she out here grinning and getting like the damn Cheshire cat. Because anyone else who's a spiritual worker, no, this is cap. This is cap. This is not true at all. You failed. You played yourself. That's why she was out here homeless. Okay. I don't know if she was fully homeless, but she had to get her ass up out that apartment. Okay. You failed. You failed. I hope she hung up her broom, put it back in the closet. I really hope that she's done. If she's not done, I really hope she has applied the knowledge from her failures. Okay, again, if she's somebody's spiritual worker, you better ask to see receipts of show me your workings that have worked. Okay, show me your password. You need to go see her receipts. You need to go look in her spell book and see, okay, did you do right? Did you learn? I need to see. What have you conjured up? What good have you conjured up? You need to see a list. You need to see at least 20 in a row. Boom, boom, boom. You need to see at least 20 because she have you out here messed up. So yeah.
With your intent, you're manifesting anything that you're thinking at the time while you're performing the spell. So you have to be
So that's pretty much the end. It's like 45 more seconds. So yeah. So let me remove this foolishness from my screen. This is what I'm saying. This is why. Yeah, she thinks we're as dumb as her. Right. This is for people who don't know what they're doing. Okay, this is for people like, oh my goodness, she's talking about it. So yeah, no, baby. You need to see receipts. You need to see receipts. Okay, were you able to get the job? Were you able to move? Did you do this? Did you conjure up a large amount of money? Did you heal someone that was sick? Did you do that? You need to see their spiritual receipts. Don't be afraid to ask, baby. You see her, you need to ask. You see her in these streets, you need to ask. Because baby, you out here making the rest of us look bad. And these gonna be the same ones out here. See, you do it and it fails. No, baby, she dumb. Just like the other girl is dumb. You will get exactly what you asked for. But you better know how to write it out. You better know how to ask correctly for what you want. Okay. So, she went to Rainbow Brights School of, she went to the, Garden Gnome School of, I don't know. And no disrespect to the gnomes, but this is foolishness right here. So yeah, I just wanted to go over those two. And most of the time when it's like that, when you're seeing a video saying that the spell backfired, it did not backfire. You have to go through, let them tell you exactly what they did that was wrong. Because they are going to show you or tell you exactly what they did that was wrong. We saw it. We saw all the examples tonight. And this is how the majority of it is. They're not asking for what they want. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. Or they're playing with fire, which is usually their mental health, or they're just playing around just to play around. But it's not the work, it's them. Yeah, that's where they went. Barbie's Totally Awesome Magic School. That's exactly where they went. Because baby, this ain't it. So like I said, you want to learn something, you want to learn how to do something, you ain't even got to come to me. But find you a spiritual worker, someone who know what they're doing. And that's where you learn. That's where you go ask questions. Okay, let them break it down to you, baby. Because this right here, this ain't it. This is not it. Right. Shout out to the Garden Gnomes. Hold it down. Yeah, she went to Barbie's Totally Awesome Magic. Yeah, that's exactly where she went. She just a cheesing, ma'am. You laughing, but you got put out. Why are you laughing that you got put out? She out here laughing. You got put out. You got put out this apartment. Ma'am. So, like I said, I just wanted to share with you all, like I said, when people say that their work failed or backfired, you need to know exactly what they did. Hopefully they're going to tell it, because 99.99 times out of 10, okay, like 5 nines times out of 10, it's something they did. It's not the work. It's not the work. So yeah, like I said, that's really it. That's all I have for you all this evening. Thank you all for being here with me and going through this foolishness with me. Yes, thank you for giving out the memberships, Dre. I know Kevin gave out a membership earlier on a different stream, so thank you to Kevin and thank you to Dre for giving out the memberships. And congratulations to people who won the memberships, right? No, don't send me no bill, baby. Mm-mm. You need to manifest your own healing for this. You need to manifest your own. Okay. You need to, you need to manifest your own healing for this, baby. But yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to share that with you all. And like I said again, 9 times out of 10, when something ain't going right, it's them. It is them. It is them. This is why, you preferably a worker who knows what they're doing. They've been doing it for a while, right? We don't necessarily want the surgeon who just started doing the work. For the most part, we want like the 20-year surgeon who've been doing this. How many of these surgeries have you done? You need that time span for that confidence. Like, okay, this is gonna go good. We don't need people doing stuff like this. So same thing with the magic. So, like I said, that's all I really have for you all. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all I really had. So I'm gonna see you all later. I'm gonna see you all probably tomorrow. There will be a members, YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons private live stream tomorrow. We got to go in. We got to rip the edges. We got to go in, rip the edges off, and discuss again. So that's coming at some time tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna be back live again, probably twice tomorrow. So y'all will see me around. I love you all. Thank you all for the support. Um, I appreciate you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening, no matter where you may be. No matter where you may be. All right. So love y'all. Bye.